like you could be a flirt, but you don't have to give up your body count in order to, because I honestly think like you become almost desensitized, I feel like,
to sex.
Yeah, like if you're too into it, you know what I mean? Like, but as opposed to if you were to like wait with somebody and really get to know them, it's like more fun on a different level. So I think I think sex is better when you actually get to know somebody, and it's like you have less body, I guess. Yeah, like
okay, no, I get that, and I get what you're saying. So basically, you're saying obviously in a connection, having some type of emotional connection, sex is definitely better. I don't think there's any debate here. There's no debate here about that at all. I agree 1,000%. I agree 1,000%. Now you said that you don't have to go all the way, but what I'm saying is, give me the logistics of this. What exactly does it? You get my Drewski voice? What do you mean by that? Explain what you mean by that. Give me some details. If so, is it like first base, second base, third base, or are we talking that, just no sex at all? What do you mean? If all right, so say for example, if there was a girl in this live and she's listening to what are you saying, she's like, that makes sense, but I need a play-by-play handbook on what she means. How would you explain that?
What I'm saying is like try not to give it up easily, because trust me, it's not worth it, and it's just like I said, sex is one of those things where it's sacred, like it's an energy exchange. So like the more you exchange that energy with different people without fully knowing them on a deep level, the less fun you're going to end up having. So you might be thinking like, oh, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, I for a good time, whatever. Like I feel like in the long run though, like anything that's watered down is like not good for you.
Right. So if you don't put in the work, is you're not going to get the full success of it. You're not going to get the full pleasure of having that real connection and something real.
That's like what in life, it's like casual sex and drinking, like all that stuff in the long run is gonna like destroy you. Like
right. I agree 1,000%. So what if there was a girl in here? So she says, so you say don't give it up so easy, but you said you did mention something about something being fun. How could you still make that fun? So what if she's like, all right, no sex, but how can you still be somewhat fun and a part of making that connection on that journey to?
So like she can just be a tease, like tease, like that's what I mean.
A tease.
Like, yeah, or you just be yourself. Like for me, I'm naturally like bubbly, so like some people might take that a certain way, but for me, it's just I'm being myself.
I could definitely see that, like how guys, I could say it myself, like the girl that's like bubbly and happy, and she's always flirting and playing. In your head, you like, oh yeah, she won it. But then when it doesn't come as easy, it's like, okay. Now, but most guys are gonna think you're playing games. But at some point, I think you have to, when you do that, you have to state your intent. You have to tell like a man, like, listen.
Yeah, like obviously if they like start like initiating and you're not interested, you have to tell them, like be like, hey bro, like this is just how I am, like I'm not, you know what I mean? But
especially with men, because a lot of men, because if you, and I'm telling you from experience, and a lot of guys that I speak to on a daily who like book private calls, they will say like, bro, she'll flirt, she do this and she does, and I know some girls do that intentionally too. Like some girls deliberately do that, and then they'll pull away and have guys running and chasing. But you got to be careful with that, because if you're going to do that, which is cool, because if you're just not easy, that's okay. That can be respected, because some guys will work. But you have to at some point make your intention clear that, hey, I do like you and we flirt, but I am not easy and I just don't have sex with anybody. So this way he has an understanding for where you're at mentally when he's trying to get to know you, So I think it's healthy to do that also.
For someone that's bubbly and friendly, I always tell people like my intent. Like if I like them, they're gonna know. Like, but if I'm not on that page with them, they're gonna know that too. Like, have to be kind of blunt. It comes with that. Like when you're bubbly, you kind of have to be blunt at the same time.
Yeah, because it's good energy, that because there's a lot of girls that have that bubbly open energy, and sometimes they be easy. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes they do. So I think just to be safe, you gotta say that. But just to be clear, so when not giving it up so easy, you said being a tease. So there's nothing more than just teasing. Like what? There's no like kissing, touching. That none of that. Just gotta stay away from it completely. Is what you're saying. Just to be clear.
I guess just depends on the connection. Like it just depends on the situation. Like, but you always should state your intent and what you're comfortable with. But I do believe in taking things slow. Like you rush it, it just gets awkward. And it's
I do.
Like,
I believe that, but you got to be careful. And this is another thing too. There's a term called, well, I don't know if it's a real psychology term, but it's a term that I was taught when I had to coaching years ago, and it's called buyer's remorse. So buyer's remorse is a term where if you do something with a girl a little too fast without building the proper and right connection, she could have what's called buyer's remorse. And what buyer's remorse is, when she's not feeling it, she almost regrets her decision and she wish she never did it. She wants to take it back. So then when you do that and you move too fast with a girl, some guys get ghosted. It's very rare that it happens, but there are some girls who do that. And the girls will say, like, I feel like we had sex too fast. I feel like we did this too fast. And now she's almost like regretting her decision. And she kind of like feels like she did that a little too fast and she kind of wants to take it back. So that does happen. And buyer's remorse is a real thing.
Like, and it's like, you know, obviously, like in college, maybe that happens, but it's like, that's what I mean. It's like the guy will probably get ghosted because females are emotional. So it's like, you got to kind of get them at an emotional level. Like, and it's almost like when you have a cupcake, right? And you eat the whole thing too soon. And it's like, damn, I should have like ate a little bit, like, at a time.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie to you. I eat my cupcakes all at once. I eat them all at once. But and I agree with you, and you should do that. But another thing I want to add to that is be careful, because some men know what they're doing, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been that person before that, you know, girls try to play, and you know, some guys are just really slick and smart and they understand what they're doing. And there's been times when I was a lot younger. I know that, like, if I know a girl likes me, but if she's not fast like that, she doesn't move at that speed, I say give me a day. If I spend all day with her and I say and do all the right things and slowly build, I could probably get it the next day or by the end of the night. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm gonna do that to anybody, but all I'm saying is be careful, because when you take that idea of I'm gonna flirt, I'm gonna tease, but if you don't have the right and proper self-control yourself, you can get got also for the right person, especially if you know you have a very high interest in a person and you know that, you know, you really like a person. That can happen. I don't know what happened to her. She just got off, but guys, just be careful with that. Females too, like, you know, some guys know what the hell they're doing. And if you really like the guy, you could slip up, because there's some motherfuckers out here that I've seen and that I know that just are just great professionals at what they do. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful.